Welcome everyone to this month's episode of Spiritual Questions Answered. And today the topic is how to prevent bad meditation experiences and what bad experience of meditation, or they call meditation sickness. All right. Bad experiences of meditation sickness. So in Chinese, there's actually a specific term for it. So those of you who know Chinese, is 走火入魔. My Chinese is not that good, so I hope my handwritten Chinese words will suffice. So before I continue further, does most people understand what I mean by meditation sickness, or at least bad experiences of meditation? Yeah, so I'm going to talk a little bit about this. So when it comes to meditation, if you don't come from, I think if you don't come from a background or with knowledge of how to do meditation right, you will no doubt hear a lot about this term. All right, in English they call it meditation sickness. In Chinese they call it 走火入魔. Oh, sorry, my bad. All right, basically it's just bad experiences of meditation. And no doubt, if you are into meditation, but your friends and family are not, you may have heard, you may hear or you may have experienced people coming to you, and if they find out that you're doing meditation, they warn you. They're like, "Oh, you're doing meditation? Oh, no, it's very dangerous. Do you hear about things that can go wrong in meditation?" And then they will try to dissuade you, try to persuade you not to do meditation. All right. And yes, Ahmad is asking, can I clarify the Chinese translation into English? And I will certainly do that. So basically what I'm trying to say is, for many people who do meditation, they either hear about bad experiences in meditation from other people, or they experience it themselves, or other people are warning them about it. And in English, the term is called meditation sickness. Yeah, and the Chinese call this 走火入魔. All right, I'm going to explain what the Chinese term, and I think the Chinese people have managed to classify all the problems of meditation sickness quite well. All right, and so it translates into this 走火入魔. So if you were to read this kind of like a saying kind of thing, so it's actually two parts. So I'm going to translate it literally. All right, translate literally. So literally, 走 means run, 火 means fire. All right, and 入 means enter. 魔 means demon or evil. So the Chinese saying is basically, it's kind of warning people that, hey, if you do meditation, it's not just meditation. In Chinese, they apply this to a lot of energy practices. All right, they apply to energy practices like qigong, kung fu, especially where there's a lot of meditation. They warn, things can go wrong, and they use this term. All right, 走火入魔, run fire, or enter demon, okay, or enter evil. And this kind of actually explains the various scenarios of meditation sickness. But from the Western point of view, meditation sickness is just people feeling sick. All right, it's just people feeling sick after meditation, or they have very nasty experiences. So and or they have very very crazy visualizations that they get in meditation, right? They feel sick after that, and so on and so forth. Now, basically, many things can happen, and if you have had a meditation, bad meditation experience, feel free to, if you want to share, please indicate in the chat box, and then maybe I can get you to share. All right. Otherwise, I shall assume, some of you have heard of it, or some of you have personally experienced it, and um, this is quite a cause for concern. So a lot of people, right, they will try to persuade people not to do meditation because of this meditation sickness, because of the danger, the risk of it. So what we're here to discuss about is how can we prevent this. So first of all, let's have a better understanding of what is this meditation sickness. So in general, I like to use the Chinese words, right, to give us context and to help everyone understand. So basically, in general, there are two types of problems, all right? So the first type of problem is under the Chinese words 走火, which means run fire. It translates to, all right, basically what's happening is this run fire, okay, referring to the state whereby there is energy chaos in the body. Energy chaos in the body. All right, so we have different types of subtle energies in the body. And when we sit in meditation, or when we do Qigong and certain moving meditation kind of practices, what's happening is in our body, the energies start to move. All right, the energies start to move. And if you don't know what you're doing, or if you do certain things wrong, you're going to cause this problem. All right, where the Chinese call run fire. That means the energies are running, and then suddenly, you did something wrong, and you end up causing the energies to become chaotic. All right, so, and this energy chaos in the body can cause many problems. So for example, one of the most serious case that we encountered was a meditation practitioner. All right, so this meditation practitioner, she learned meditation from various types of meditation. Yeah, she learned various types of meditation, from different meditation teachers and different modalities, different cultures and all that. And she was an amateur, but she decided to mix the different types of meditation, all right, in her practice. And now it's not wrong to incorporate different types of meditation practice, but you need to know what you are doing. The thing was, she's an amateur and she doesn't know what she was doing, and it caused her to eventually have health problems. So the more she meditated, the more health problems she encountered. Yeah, and eventually she looked us up, and then when we checked her, then we found that the energies in her body, right? I'm not referring to heat energy or whatever. We're talking about subtle energies. Yeah, subtle energies. So subtle energies, and there are three types of subtle energies in the body. So I was just teaching a class today of Infinity. Right, there are three types of subtle energies. The first type is life force. The second type is Qi, and the third type is Prana. So there are three types of subtle energies in your body, and usually the things that can go wrong are with the Qi and the Prana, because they belong to a system. There's an energy system associated with this. So there's a way, these energies actually flow in a certain way, and they have energy centers and they have energy channels. Yeah. So if there's something wrong, all right, it can cause problems with the person. And similarly, recently there was another person. He's a guy, and he was also learning. He's a practitioner. He meditates and he learned different things. And just the other day, not long ago, spoke to me about how he how his energy changed after a recent energy practice. All right, and he was also doing Buddhist kind of meditation which involves prayers. And basically, he didn't quite realize it. He noticed something was a little off until, and then he only took it seriously when a friend who's clairvoyant, clairvoyant can see invisible energies, told him that his energy and his aura looks reddish, looks reddish, and it's like something is the matter. So, and then he decided to look into it, and then he rectified it. He rectified it himself. That he asked me, and then so I asked him, how did he do his meditation, right? How did he do his meditation? So he told me, he did this step, this step, this step, this step, this step, and I tell him, I don't do his type of meditation, but I understand the steps, based on my experience. I told him, this step, you got it wrong, or this step is dangerous because you have not established your foundations, and you incorporate this step, and then basically he got into trouble because of the step. And then but he also kind of know, he's quite a smart fella, so he kind of know that there's probably something going on wrong there. All right, and I helped him confirm, and then he changed his meditation practice, and then he got better. All right, so this is usually a lot of the problems, right? And basically there can be many different types of symptoms. Basically, the person feels sick. All right, the person feels sick, and the energy in the body is wrong. So when the energy body is wrong, they just feel sick. And some people, like in the second example was giving, their aura would maybe, is funny and had funny color, and he was becoming, his temper, all right, his temper and emotions were becoming worse. All right, so that is an indication of something was going wrong with him. So this is the first type of problems. Most of them, a lot of it will fall under this. Now the second type, the second type of problem, all right, is simply enter demon, enter evil. Now the English word for this is possession. All right, possession. It means someone may get possessed by an evil spirit. All right, by a spirit, okay, evil spirit or a demon. And in my line of work, there are various degrees of possession, and it depends. Different people respond to possession differently. All right, and of course, the worst kind of possession are those that you watch, that you can see in Hollywood movies, whereby the evil spirit can take over the person's body, and then do all kinds of funny stuff. That is the worst kind of possession. But there are also other kinds of possession. For example, what I call like technical possession, whereby the spirit is inside the body of a person. So the person is technically possessed, as in the spirit is already inside the body of the person, but the person may not be very aware, and the spirit may not be able to move the person, to influence the person so much. But in a technical possession, whereby the spirit is inside the body and the spirit cannot move the person, what's going to happen is the person still get affected mentally and emotionally. All right, and so so both of these, you can have symptoms of mental and emotional negativity. All right, mentally and emotionally, it can become negative. And there are also other things. Maybe it's not so serious. Before the spirit actually enter the body, maybe it doesn't go all the way to possession. All right, and then we can have stages whereby I call it attachment. So the spirits may be attached or following the person in various ways. So typically, these are the problems, and this will actually, of course, when it gets all the way to possession, then things get serious. Yeah. So this is generally what goes wrong according to the Chinese. And even if you go and Google this term, meditation sickness, all right, eventually whatever kind of experience people have, I can assure you, eventually it will come under energy going wrong in the body, energy becoming chaotic in the body, or there is some kind of entity or evil spirit that has attached itself or possessed the person. This is usually what can go wrong. And of course, You know, once you hear about this, people get scared. Yeah, it's like, wow, if you meditate, these type of things can go wrong. Now, first of all, we need to understand why it happens, all right, and how can we prevent it. Ahmad is asking, is that the same as dragon sickness? I'm not sure what kind of dragon sickness are you referring to. Do you have an explanation for it? I've only heard of meditation sickness.
I mean, I've heard the term around, but I'm not an expert to completely describe what it's about. But it involves hallucinations and basically losing touch of reality, and yeah, a lot of chi sort of pressurizing the upper dantian.
Okay, so so it will sound like this, 走火入魔. It can be one or both happening together. If incorporating hallucinations, right, it can be these type of things happening together. So yeah, all right, I would say the dragon sickness can be this or that. So we need to kind of, I mean, based on what you described, yeah, I tried to Google, but no time. So based on what you described, hallucinations. All right, some people can experience hallucinations. All right, and all that it can happen under here, and these are the things that go wrong in the body, and there is a second class of things that are actually happening, which are not bad, but which is interpreted as bad. So I will also have to talk about it. Okay, so there is a misclassification, misunderstandings. Oh, the other problem is misclassification or misunderstanding. When it comes to meditation, so in these kind of things, these are generally good or benign, things that can happen to people, or even beneficial, right? Good or benign. Now, so some people actually look for it, all right? So some people actually look for it, and first one is Kundalini awakening. All right, and Kundalini awakening has to do with prana energy and chakras. Prana energy and chakras being activated. There is a second type of things that can happen, which tend to be good, which is chi activation. All right. Now, so I was trying to tell everyone there are three types of subtle energies in the human body. Yeah, life force, chi, and prana. So most of the activity that can happen during meditation, okay, I'm not going to talk about meditation too much. Talk about this, and I'm going to talk about how to prevent. Right? What do we do during meditation to prevent? So now there are three types of subtle energies: life force, chi, and prana. Right? And chi and prana are the types of energy that have systems and they have energy flow. All right, and they can get activated. So chi activation happens belonging to the chi energy. All right, Kundalini awakening or activation belongs to prana system. So different things, they can have different effects. And now, when it is being handled properly, things are actually good because it can bring healing. All right, all these will generally can bring healing. And for some people, it can bring abilities. psychic abilities especially. So, for example, Kundalini awakening is something many people want to achieve through meditation, yeah? Because they want Kundalini awakening to get psychic abilities of the third eye, for example. Yeah, and some people want it for Qi activation, right? To improve the Qi, people who are into Qigong. All right, so people who are into Qigong, they're actually looking for this. So, but they will, so people in Qigong, so it's come from China, right? So people who go for Qigong looking for Qi activation, right? If things go well, you get your Qi activated and your Qi becomes stronger, all right? Your Qi flows stronger. But if things go wrong, then you become under these two categories, 走火入魔. Okay, so we need to understand, and we want to make sure that you don't misunderstand. All right, now, along with this, there are some kind of symptoms. Common symptom will be movement. All right, now, under Qi activation, especially when the Qi energy becomes very strong, some people who are very sensitive to energy, they start to move. All right, they start to move. They get moved by the Qi energy. So a very common movement is they will start to rock. They'll start to rock forward and backwards, or they'll start to move in a circle, right? As they are sitting, they are moving. Now, all this is because the energy system is getting activated and the energy is flowing. All right, and some people, when the energies are strong, and some people are very sensitive to energies, their hands will start to move. They feel that their hands will start to move, and they feel better if they allow their hands to move. Now, um, now, if that happens and you don't feel as if, I mean, as a person who's meditating, you don't feel as if it is something that's controlling you or something that's doing things against your wishes, right? As in being possessed, this is actually something good. All right, this is actually something good because it's activating the Qi, and then typically the movement will bring about healing. And for some people, they will get psychic abilities. That means some people will get to see visions and they get to prophesize, they have intuition about the future. All right. But of course, some people, when they start to see things, it may not be very pleasant. So some people may see spirits. So some people do not like it. Or they may think that it's hallucinations. All right. I'm coming from the point whereby Ahmad was making about hallucinations. It may not be hallucinations. They may be having psychic abilities, seeing the future, seeing spirits. Now, it depends, everything depends on context, all right? So typically things will start off very good if you're doing the meditation correct, and if you don't do it well, you overdo it or whatever, then from here, all right, from here things can go bad and just, go bad and it becomes something that is negative. So this is something that we want to understand, yeah? So a lot of people are looking for this. And the main question is going to be, how can we prevent this? All right, ultimately, meditation is a very, very good practice that can help us train our mind, find peace, yeah, find peace where, in a world where it is so stressful, all right, there's nowhere to run. We want to find some kind of peace. So, and the benefits of meditation are very well documented. All right, it's very well documented. In general, meditation is very beneficial. And first of all, a lot of these type of things, it is quite rare. It is quite rare, but it does happen. And if it does happen, all right, normally I try to help people understand how to prevent it. So first of all, let's take a look at this. Okay, this run fire problem. Okay, energy becoming chaotic. So energy chaos. So typically, what are the causes? Number one cause of energy chaos, all right, is disrupting the meditation or energy practice abruptly. Now, what do I mean by this? So a lot of people meditate, right? And then they'll sit down and they set a time for it. And maybe something they forgot to silence their phones. All right, and a call came in. And they were deep in meditation, and suddenly the phone rang and it's very loud. Or maybe they were cooking. They were cooking something, and then suddenly they smell smoke, right? And then, oh no, danger. And then they just jump out of meditation. All right, they just jump out of meditation. Now, typically, what causes all this energy chaos is this. Now, when we are meditating, I'll just give a common scenario. All right, meditating. The common scenario is the chi in our body will circulate in this manner. It will circulate in this manner. All right, it kind of make this kind of circuit. So your chi gets activated. Now this is the reason why we get movement in meditation. All right, so the chi will come down the front of the body, then it go up the back, come down the front of the body, go up the back, come down and go up. All right, this is what's happening. So that's why some people will move. And sometimes there's another energy that's at the belt. All right, so it's at the waist. So there can be another energy that's at the waist. All right. And what's going to happen? So with this going like this, and there's one at the waist going like this, you end up going like, so you end up sweeping like this. And this is perfectly fine. This is chi activation and it's not dangerous. Yeah. Now what is dangerous is you disrupt the meditation because the energy is flowing. And the energy will flow to hands, and some of you who are very sensitive, you will feel it. And some people suddenly it's disrupted and then they get out of meditation. Oh, they have to switch off the gas cooker because the food is getting burnt. Right? And some people, they have to take the call, they jump out and then, they have to handle an urgent matter and they forgot about it. So what's happening is when the energies are flowing in the body and you disrupt it, then the energy become chaotic in the body. Do you get what I mean? Yeah? So the energies become chaotic in the body and you just leave it like that. Now, typically, it happening one time, two times, a few times is no big deal. But if you do it too many times, that means you don't exit. All right, effectively what you're not doing is, you disrupt meditation and you are not exiting harmoniously. Not exiting your meditation harmoniously. You can have these energy chaos problems. All right. This is usually what happens most of the time. So how can we prevent that? So to prevent it, very simple. All right. We need to minimize the risk of our meditation being disrupted suddenly. So what we need to do is we need to set aside our time. Right? We need to make sure we silence our phones. We make sure we don't do some cooking. We're not going to burn the food and then we have to exit meditation suddenly. All right? But sometimes these type of things still happen. But we need to tell people not to disturb us while we are meditating. Yeah, one of my clients, what happened was meditate, and then the husband decided to play a trick on her and go, and then she like, and after that she didn't feel very good after that. Now, if these type of things happen, you can still deal with it. And all you need to do is very simple. All right? If anything like this happens, what you need to do is, so typically all these type of things, what you need to do is very simple. What you need to do is make sure you enter meditation again, enter meditative state. Right, and you stay until your energy flow is harmonious. I would like to use the term harmonious. You will get a feeling, right? You need to sit in meditation and you need to feel at least in harmony. Sit until you stay in harmony. So for those people who have this energy chaos problem, the energy is something wrong. So you need to really do and sit a lot, all right, until you feel, hey, the energy feels good again. And for those who move, you can feel, oh, now I feel the common, the common sensation that energy is flowing in my body. I'm moving slightly, and you're feeling good. Yeah, or many of you, you don't move, and that's fine, right? But you're feeling good. You can feel the energies, and you don't feel discomfort in your body anymore. So you need to stay until the energy flow is harmonious, and you're feeling comfortable. All right, this is usually what happens most of the time. Now, there are other energy chaos problems. All right, that is when the other type of problem is they be adventurous in their meditation practice. So some people are very adventurous. They decide to try new things, and they may not understand what they're doing, and they end up causing energy chaos in the body. Then, if you know that you've done something that that the teacher didn't teach, then and it got you into problem, what I would recommend is you need to stop doing that, all right, and then try to do it in a normal way and re-enter meditative state and stay until the energy flow again is harmonious. This is a very important point. All right, there are many meditation methods out there, so I don't know which type of meditation. All right, but later I will talk a little bit about our types of meditation and how it helps. All right, so these are the types whereby people try to innovate their meditation. They try to try something, and they don't quite understand what they are doing, and there may be consequences. Okay, now, so this will cover most of the energy chaos problems. Usually it happens due to this. They're very adventurous, they mix and match and all these type of things. Now, the other type, okay, would be the possession, so-called possession or spirit problem. All right, possession or spirit problems. Now, possession and spirit problems is not that common. It still happens. Now, I find that there are many people, they encounter spirit problems or so-called possession problems not because of meditation. It is not the meditation that causes it. Now, we need to establish, did meditation cause it? Is it caused by meditation? In most cases, the answer is no. Usually, what is happening, all right, usually is no, and it's no because what is happening is meditation bring your spiritual problems, make it more apparent. Now, what do I mean by that? Now, what I find is many people, when they encounter these problems, they already have spirit problems in the first place. It is not the meditation that brought the spirit to them. All right. So what's happening is now, there are many people who are disturbed by evil spirits. They have evil spirits around them, and just that they don't realize it. And then suddenly they decide to do meditation. Now, you know what happens when you do meditation? You become very quiet, very still. And you have heightened awareness that you normally don't have, because normally we're so busy, right? We're so busy and our mind is so noisy. And if you train meditation and after all you realize, oh, you're so still, things are so quiet, you actually realize there are things in the room besides you. You get what I mean? It is not the meditation bringing the spirits. It's because you do meditation and you're so still and your awareness is heightened, and suddenly you realize, oh my God, there are some spirits in the room with me. You know, it's not just humans in the room or something like that. So the spirit, it is, in such cases, it would be wrong to say that the meditation caused the spirits to come. Usually the spirits are already there, and it's just that you became so still, so quiet, that you became aware of them. So, I would like to, differentiate. That's those kind of scenarios whereby it's no, because the spirits already are there. Some people, because of meditation, they discover there is a spirit inside their body which is not supposed to be there. All right, it's not the meditation caused the spirit to go into them, but it's because they do the meditation and they're so still and they have so much awareness about themselves that they realize something is there that is not supposed to be there. So this is different. Now, there are those that is caused by meditation. All right, caused by meditation, yes, caused by meditation. And usually this is because usually this is enabled by the person. Now, what do I mean by this? Usually in meditation, you can be aware of spirits, and some people can be aware of spirits, and some people, they actually are friendly with the spirits and they invite the spirits into their body, or they allow the spirits to enter their body. Now, this is where the danger comes. All right. So now the thing is this. Now, some people, they do meditation and they see spirits. They see what they think is good spirits. All right, light beings or the divine whom they pray to, the god or deity that they pray to. And because it's the god or deity they pray to, they would like to invite the god or deity into their body. Now, I do not recommend it for most people unless you know what you're doing. Because, all right, the main question I ask is, can you, so for those people who fall under this category, right, they usually enable, you need to ask yourself, all right, can you differentiate good from bad spirits? And I will tell you, for the regular people, most of you can't. You can't. Many people like to think that they can. Oh, I saw Jesus, and it must be Jesus. Are you sure that is Jesus? They saw an angel, they think that is an angel. Now, in the spirit world, the spirits can appear in any form that they want to, including in the form of good gods or deities or divine that people commonly pray to. You cannot tell whether is it them or not, unless you're very trained. You're quite trained and you're very energy sensitive. But most people get into problems because they think they can. They think that the spirit that comes is something good for them, and they invite it in. All right, or they invite their energy into their body. So I was giving the second example earlier. So what happened with the guy? What he did wrong was this. So actually, so he's a Buddhist, and he was doing, he was trying a new meditation. All right, so he start by meditating and then by chanting mantra. All right, chanting mantra, and after that, after chanting the mantra of the Buddha or the divine that he was chanting, he imagined the energy all right, the energy of the Buddha or divine from the top come down and enter his body. All right, he could feel that he was getting stronger and stronger and stronger, and he did it and he did it, and he didn't quite know. No, he didn't really know, or maybe he didn't suspect anything was really wrong. All right, until his friend told him, "Hey, your energy look red, and it's not a good red." Right, and then you think, "Oh yeah, maybe my temper has not been so good, and then maybe this is something wrong." All right, and when he told me the steps that he did, then I told him, "No, you shouldn't do that. All right, you shouldn't do that." So one of our one of our very important things is, do not allow spirits to enter. Never allow, even if it's a good spirit. Normally, a good spirit will have no business entering your body. All right. Normally, good spirits will have no business to enter your body. Your God, your divine, does not need to enter your body. All right. Those that enter bodies and they're trying to get into your body, high chance, high probability, they are the bad guys. So do not allow any spirits, even if they look like shining light. All right, unless you know what you're doing. All right, for those of you who are in immunity, you can consider doing this only when you are very high level. You can differentiate the energies and you can verify that the entity or the deity they come to you is actually a good one, and it's not easy to differentiate. It's really not easy. This I'm telling you because I've trained many students and disciples and clients, right? And those who are very learned, they still get tricked, all right? And they get into trouble. So as a general rule, even for my own disciples, our own disciples, we tell them do not allow the spirits to enter, all right, until you're absolutely sure. And for lay people, I would say, please just don't. It's not worth the risk, all right? It's not worth the risk. Chorus asking, Chorus saying, still learning to read energy. Chorus asking, Kat, this is the same conclusion I came to. Shouldn't be any need for good spirits to use my body. Other ways they can let me know that it's safer. Yes. All right. So the good spirits normally they have no business entering your body, especially for beginners. All right, especially for beginners. Maybe later if they're willing to enter your body, but by then you should have been very trained. Okay, so usually this possession or spirit problems, okay, I repeat, for most people, but most people don't do this. Yeah, some people they are actually very adventurous and they are trying to, they're trying to experience more of the divine and the gods, and then they actually want to experience it. They want to allow the gods to enter. This is not funny. If the wrong one enters you, all right, then it's not funny, and you shouldn't be doing this. You shouldn't be doing this. Okay, but there are many people for various reasons, usually for reasons of power. All right, so a lot of people they do it because they want to get more powerful. Now, if you want to get more powerful, you yourself, your intention is not very pure. All right, that's not a very pure reason to do meditation. Okay, your meditation should be for healing, becoming a better person, becoming more peaceful, more harmonious. Like what you're trying to do is go for power. Don't be surprised that the power-hungry evil spirits come to you. So I really don't recommend this. And again, I repeat, most of the time the cases is the spirits are already there. And just because you meditate, you're so silent, you're so still that you experience them. Right? If you never invite them in, usually this is the scenario. Usually. All right? And it's not the meditation. Now, meditation, on the other hand, meditation done right will help you get rid of these two problems. All right? And you can actually prevent it. So, what are other things that you can do to prevent this type of problems? Okay, so I highly recommend. Now, for those people who are very concerned, especially about the spiritual thing, I would recommend this. All right, before you start your meditation, please do this. Pray. Alright? Those of you who have religion, please pray, especially those who have mantras, religions whereby there's mantras and prayers. Please do enough mantras and prayers. Alright? And ask the God or divine that you pray to protect you, to guide you during the meditation. Yeah? Do enough prayers, mantras before you do your meditation. This is for the normal, if you're not doing our kind of meditation, you do this. Or even if you're doing our kind of meditation, you can also do this. Pray. Mantras, prayers, do enough of it. If you think that you have a serious spiritual problem, all the more you need to do this. Yeah. So the idea is, if you pray, and then the good spirits, the good divine, your God, will be there, and it will prevent or minimize the problems caused by spirits or possession. Yeah. Now, there are other methods. So now, first, the other thing is, we never allow spirits to enter our body, and we want to do this. You don't want to have all these problems. You do not allow external energies to enter. You do not allow external energies to enter. Until you know what you're doing. Now, this is a recommendation for beginners, yeah? Those of you who are learning from us and you are learning advanced stuff, you know that you can do it, all right, under certain circumstances. But for lay people, for normal people, please do not allow external energies to enter you, right? Normally, you are not trained to differentiate, right? You cannot differentiate whether it's good or bad spirits or energy. You can't tell. You can't tell because you're not trained to tell. Yes? So if you're not trained to tell, please do not allow anything from outside entering you. Alright? It is really no good. So now, what do we do? For our case of meditation, our preferred meditation is, we always try to start off with light meditation. Alright? And in our practice, before we even do light meditation, we highly recommend that you do Unity Qigong. Alright, now when you start off with Unity Qigong, what's happening is Unity Qigong will help us release negative energies and harmonize, and only taking all the positive energies in your body. And it can even help us release, if you have any spirits kind of problems, Unity Qigong can help. And after we do Unity Qigong, it's optional. What we do is, we normally start off all meditation activities with light meditation. Now, in light meditation, what's going to happen is, right, we actually, what we do in light meditation, essentially, if we start from the light in our heart, all right, it's a pure light of goodness, and we allow it to shine brighter and brighter until it surrounds us. And we want to train ourselves in light meditation to be able to sense this pure light of goodness that is around us. And once we have this pure light of goodness that is around us, all right, we feel safe, right? And this pure light of goodness is a good light, a good energy that comes from within us. It does not come from external source, so that we feel safe, yeah, because this is something that's already with me, and I am specifying clearly that it is a pure light of goodness. It is something that's good for me. All right, it's good, it's pure, it's of goodness within me, and I want to strengthen, and I'll be in this light created by myself. I'm not inviting anything. Now, usually we want to sit in this light before we do any other kind of funny stuff, all right? And this is a very good way of preventing all these spirit problems. But initially, it's not easy for people to do this, and for them to be able to recognize and sense this light. Or some people will find that when they first start out, the light is quite weak, and they need to do many times before the light is strong, and it can be a nice big ball of light that protects you. But this is the way that we recommend. There are many people who do different types of protection during meditation. All right, there's some people they call upon light from above to come down. Now, do you think that's recommended? No. Never call and take external energies into you, even if it's white light. As long as it comes from outside, if you want to be safe, no. Don't do it. All right? I have enough experiences of other people doing it and getting into trouble, so we don't recommend. So that's why when we teach people meditation, light meditation, the light must come from within us, and we are very careful. We specify clearly it's a pure light of goodness. It's pure, it's of light, it's of goodness. It comes from within our heart, and it shines forth and it protects us. All right, and it will heal us. Now, all this energy, chaos, problems, and everything, if you want to solve it, okay, I highly recommend, okay, our practice, which is Unity Qigong. So Unity Qigong is not an ordinary Qigong. Anyone who will practice it and you will realize that it's not an ordinary Qigong. Its effects are very fast, all right, and it's very effective compared to other types of Qigong. And even if you have these energy problems, all right, it can help rectify the problems after you've gotten it. Okay, there are many types of Qigong out there, and of course, you say, oh, Kat, of course, you say yours is very good. I can only tell you that it's really very good, and if you don't believe me, you need to try it. If you ever get into trouble, right? Because when you do Qigong out there, a lot of Qigong out there, they can help you with your Qi, but they cannot help you with your Prana. But our Unity Qigong can help with all three types of subtle energies in the body. So no matter what kind of energy problems that you may end up with in your meditative practice or energy practice, Unity Qigong is something that's very simple to learn, and you can actually do something, all right? After you learn, you can do it every day, all right, or do it as often as you want, and then you can heal yourself. Now, so there's another type of meditation that we recommend, and usually we do it after light meditation, but it also can be done separately. So it's called the non-attachment meditation. All right, so non-attachment meditation. Now, in non-attachment meditation, we let go a lot of negative energies, including entities, including even spirits and all this. So it's a meditation that releases and let go. All right, that releases and let go. Those of you who practice it, you'll find that you become very light. You feel much better, and a lot of negative stuff that were on you, it goes away. So you can just practice that by itself, all right, what we call non-attachment meditation, NAM. Or if you are like many of those who are following us, we normally start off with Unity Qigong, then we go into light meditation. For light meditation, we go into non-attachment meditation, and all these practices can help prevent all these bad experiences of meditation sickness, even all these 走火入魔 kind of problems. Cora is saying UQ and LM help me in my dreams too. All right, you mean in your dreams you're doing UQ and LM? Yeah, that means Unity Qigong and light meditation. So the reason why non-attachment meditation can help is, yeah, it keeps on letting go, and it causes our energy to be in a state of release, and especially releasing of negative stuff. So in energy chaos problems, a lot of it can be negative energy circulating in the body, or these are spirit problems, negative energies trying to attach or stick to us. If we can do a very good non-attachment meditation, it will be released from us. Cora say yes, she was doing UQ and light meditation in your dreams. Oh, good, all right. Shows that you are a very good learner and you're actually putting it to practice. Okay, so I think I managed to cover everything. Is there any questions you all might have? Do you think I might have missed something? All right. Any more questions that you all might have? So this is basically to cover how to prevent bad experiences of meditation sickness. So yes, Cora said last night I think an entity was trying to get me to open a portal from the ground, but I did UQ and LM instead. Okay, that's really very interesting. All right. Okay. So I think it's pretty much it. So for those people who are not doing our types of meditation, so a lot of people just do anapanasati, mindfulness of breath. All right. Can you, I hope you have a spiritual practice. You pray. All right. You can pray. You do your mantras and chanting. All right. So like in the one of the case I was telling you about, the guy also did some prayers and mantras, and he thought he was inviting the divine or the god or the deity that he chanted, he prayed to, but it turned out that it's not. All right, it turned out that it's not, and that's how he got into trouble. So sometimes maybe if you don't do enough of your prayers and mantras, it may not be very helpful. Okay, and I gave him advice that he also had to take note, right? Sometimes the location does make a difference. So for some people, if you have the spirits are already at your home, and maybe your home is full of them, and you pray there, your prayer cannot leave your home, so you cannot get the divine to come, and that's why you get into trouble. So there are all kinds of reasons, or maybe that if you're doing your meditation in a hospital because you're waiting, you've got nothing better to do while you wait for your loved one who's at the hospital. There may be a lot of spirits there, and you may encounter these type of things. So try to understand that these type of things can happen, and you also need to use your logic. Yeah. So if you know that you are at the graveyard, don't go meditate at the graveyard. Don't meditate at the hospital where there are a lot of spirits. Coral is saying, focus on good values. Yes. Anyway, Yuka and LM have helped me multiple times in my dreams. So thank you. Yes, welcome. Yeah. So thanks for a testimonial, Coral. Yeah. We teach this Unity Qigong, light meditation and non-attachment meditation on our online sessions. We conduct it every month. All right, we conduct it live, and it's on free donation basis. So if you're interested, please join us. And if you like it, you can just make a donation to help contribute to our free online events to keep us going, right? If you cannot afford it, right, it is okay. It is free for you to attend. Yeah, what we want to do is we want to help people. There are many people who, for example, they need help, but they can't. Maybe some people they feel shy or they can't afford our fees. Normally, I'll tell them, oh, it's okay. If you think you can't afford our fees, you can just join our online sessions. You learn it for free, and you just keep on doing it. And if you're having these type of problems, the problems can go away as long as you learn and you do it yourself. Okay. So if there are no more questions, I think we can end the session tonight. We are pretty on time. So, all right. So thank you, everyone. If you feel you've benefited, please do consider making a donation to support us. How to donate will be in the groups, yeah? And in Facebook group, it will be under the featured session. In the other groups, I will send a message on how to make a donation. Well, thank you very much for having me, and I hope to see you all again. Those of you who are interested in learning meditation, Unity Qigong, stay tuned. Tomorrow night there will be Unity Qigong. All right. So thank you, everyone. Have a good day, good night, and goodbye.